The more I hear about Amarius Mims, the more I'm excited to see him become our starting franchise tackle for the foreseeable future. And when you get praises like this from Trent Brown, a guy who can play the very high level at the right tackle position, where if we're being honest, other than injuries, would still be being paid as if he was the top five in the league, this is absolutely amazing. So Trent Brown said about Amarius Mims, I feel like he will be an all-star tackle in this league. And in all honesty, the only person that can say that is Trent Brown. And the reason why is because he's training him. He's developing him. He's showing him what to do, what not to do, how to do this, how to do that, how to do a third. But he is helping him become that great player. And really, it's going to come down to a couple different players or a couple of different people in the end on how successful, Amarius Mims is. Obviously, yes, Amarius has to himself be good, but when it comes to his development process, he has Orlando Brown, he has Trent Brown, and he has Frank Pollock. Now, Frank Pollock doesn't sound really that great, and I've been very vocal in my dismay toward Frank Pollock, so far. But hey, listen, Frank really has never had a guy that was this talented and had the intangibles like this going into his career. So, with that being said, Frank, you got yourself a little bit of resurgence here, as Joe Burrow would say. So hopefully you can make good with it. But when it comes to outside of Frank, again, this is what we needed. This is what we need, is to protect Joe Burrow. And if Trent Brown has a fantastic year with us, wins the Super Bowl, which I believe he will, he's going to leave us, right? He's going to leave us. He's going to get a big payday, and we have our option to replace him. So, in every way possible here, this is going to be a win-win for not only Amarius Mims to develop him and become a really great player, who eventually will become, a very high-paid player for us. It would also be a low resurgence for Trent Brown's career, and potentially outside of his career. That's something that some of these players, outside of, just playing football, some of these guys become coaches. Some of these guys get spots on different, clubs because of the fact that, maybe that he's the guy who trained up Amarius Mims to be one of the best. So now he gets an offensive line coaching job somewhere, potentially with us, if, it works out, and potentially Frank Pollock does get fired. Anyway, no, this is not a Frank Pollock bashing video. That comes next week. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm very excited to see how this ends up developing. And, the more I'm listening, the more I'm hearing about Marius, I'm very excited. At first I was kind of skeptical. And again, listen, we fall in love with draft picks. We fall in love with players throughout this whole draft process, throughout this whole entire, mock draft and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. If you go back to my mock draft Monday, though, right, go back all the way to the beginning, there's one player that I kept saying throughout the whole entire process that we should take in the second round. You can see in my first video for my mock draft all the way down the list there, and it is our second round draft pick, Chris Jenkins from Michigan. I just watched it back the other day. I was saying we should draft him, not every single one, but a lot of different mock drafts. I was saying how he's the best option, we should go after him, and then we got him. So, the one player I could say in my career that I went ahead and 100% predicted we were going to take was Chris Jenkins. And that's also why I have his jersey now. Because, bro, we got a guy that I predicted we're going to get. Which, there's not many times you can say that. As someone who is a fan of a team. It's like, hey, yeah, I said we should have gotten that guy, and we got that guy. But again, like I said, Amarius Mims can be absolutely fantastic too. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions, and who is your favorite draft pick in this draft class? Who's your favorite guy? Mine is Chris Jenkins by far. I love Chris Jenkins. I think he's going to be fantastic. I love his demeanor. I just love how he is as a person, as a player. He's played at a very high level, just won the Natty with Michigan. I'm very excited to see how he, develops and plays for us. And also, we need the replacement for DJ Reader. So it all works out in the end. But definitely tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I feel like every year, everyone has different guys that's like their guy going into the season. Last year, my guy was Yoshi. My guy was 100% Yoshi going into the season. And now it's going to be Chris Shankins. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.